Yes, please. Shall we go ahead, Siddharth?
Hare Krishna Mataji, text 163. Some confidential Upanishads, along with some confidential Agamas and Puranas, smiled and remained silent. Srila Sanatana Goswami explains that the Srimad Bhagavatam and Vaishnava Tantras were part of this group. Perhaps they were surprised that the Lord's glories, which are so clearly described in the scriptures, remain unknown to these so-called all-knowing sages. Therefore, they were silent. Or perhaps they were silent because they were so convinced that devotional service grants liberation that they had only contempt for they who did not agree. Or perhaps they thought it not proper to reveal this confidential truth to such an unqualified audience. The truth is that pious works and rituals, cultivation of knowledge, and liberation are only steps leading to devotional service. The scriptures here thought it not the proper time to explain this. Then the Agama Sastras debated with the Puranas and Amnayas whether or not liberation is attained simply by chanting mantras of the Supreme Lord. Not tolerating this, many Puranas, Agamas, and Upanishads covered their ears and left. Srila Sanatana Goswami explains that the scriptures that left were the same ones that smiled and remained silent before. They left because the discussion was not even slightly touched by the slightest scent of the great glories of devotional service to the Lord. Then on the mediation of the great Puranas and great Upanishads, the Agamas were declared the victors. This pleased me. Srila Sanatana Goswami explains that the scriptures that left were considered neutral, no taking either side, and therefore they were called to decide the case. Hearing and arguments of both sides, they decide that the winners were the Agamas, whose opinion was that merely by chanting mantra of the Supreme Lord, one may certainly become liberated. Their view is confirmed by the following quotation. They who go to Chandraloka, Suryaloka, and other material planets return again, but they who chant the 12-syllable mantra glorifying the Supreme Lord never return. Vishnu Purana. The Supreme Lord is pleased when he is regularly glorified by mantra chanting. He gives many great happiness and eternal liberation to the chanter. Padmanabhiya. Understanding their exalted nature, I humbly glorified these Puranas and Agamas and brought them to my own assembly. Thank you, Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Thank you. Let's take it.
Hare Krishna Mataji, my pranams to you. Pranams to all. When I respectfully asked them about the truth, the Srimad Bhagavatam and other agamas that teach the Vaishnava conclusion, accompanied by the crowns of the Shruti, spoke. Srila Sanatana Goswami explains that he asked them why they smiled, remained silent, covered their ears, and left the assembly. The crowns of the Shruti are the confidential Upanishads.
Hare Krishna Mataji.
Maybe.
Oh, sorry, it got muted. I was reading it in mute. And the devotional scripture said, O Dev, who has attained the Brahma's post, made willing to speak by your many virtues, we will tell you something more to be guarded than the greatest treasure. We who are intent on devotional service to the Lord have sometimes discussed impersonal liberation and its associates. We have criticized it, and we say it should be completely rejected. Sometimes, in order to describe the glory of devotional service, we have also described impersonal liberation. Impersonal liberation does not fulfill the purpose of life. It is not the slightest scent of happiness. Srila Sanatana Goswami explains that the happiness of devotional service is many millions of times greater than the happiness of impersonal liberation. Actually, there is no happiness in impersonal liberation. The happiness in impersonal liberation is like the happiness in having good health or in sleeping soundly. The ignorant call it happiness. The ignorant are pleased by it. Srila Sanatana Goswami explains that the happiness in good health and sound sleep are not positive happiness, but merely the absence of pain. This is seen in the statement, I slept happily. I don't remember a thing. The happiness of impersonal liberation is like that. It is only some relief from the sufferings of the world of birth and death. Impersonal liberation is described by Lord Brahma in Srimad Bhagavatam 10.14.26. Hare Krishna Mataji, I'll pause here.
Yeah, thank you.
Hare Krishna Mataji, my pranams.
Pranams.
Entering the ear are spoken only once. Even the dim reflection of the Lord's holy name brings perfect liberation. Srila Sanatana Goswami explains that even if one chants as a joke or even if one chants to mock the holy name, one still attains liberation. This is described in Srimad Bhagavatam 6.3.24.
Yes. I was trying to say unable to relate much to what is being said here, but when the holy name entered into the picture, into the narration, then there is a little hope. Sometimes the katha, the knowledge, more than the knowledge, the transcendental knowledge. It's just like a mountain, huge mountain. How to understand, how to relate to it. Then what do we do? Simply bow down with a huge. Most of the times, Shastra, when we hear also the katha, we bow down when we can't relate. When Sanatana Goswami is saying, what is there in the liberation? It's just a cessation of misery. But the happiness in devotion is so much more, uncomparable than when we hear something like that. There can be different responses to that. I could think Well, I am in a state where I'm actually looking for mukti, looking for some cessation of pain that I'm going through. So I cannot really relate to what Sanatana Goswami is saying. Because he is saying this is nothing, then that is so big, that happiness. Then I could just, I could hear but not hear the katha. Because it doesn't feel like it is so relevant to me. Because deep inside I am actually looking for some cessation of the misery. But, that's one response, default response of us, the jivas. But the other response could be, oh my goodness, Krishna, Acharyas, I have no idea of what you are speaking. We don't know. I don't know any taste. I didn't taste even a bit of what you are glorifying, Mahajanas. Nevertheless, I do not want to get disconnected to what you are glorifying. I do not want to enter into this default mode of thinking that operates within me. So, but at the same time, unable to relate to, because I have no idea of what that happiness is, the pure devotion. Then there is a state. That state, don't feel like disconnecting at the same time, unable to connect. What do I do? One option is turn away, and then just do it because I do it. The other option is, meri halat to, and we bow down. We bow down. Simply bow down. Like, the deities on the altar. Oh, what qualification and capacity do I have to honor the deities there? At the most, I just look at the colors. Oh, good. Nicely decorated. Garland good. Hey, kya? And then we think, oh, Krishna. Bhagwan, you are there so mercifully. But this unfortunate situation of this mind and intelligence is unable to fathom you. Then what do? We just fall onto the ground, pay our obeisances. This is all I can do. This is all I can do. As so many, yeah, this is all I can do. After all, devotion is so much about, it's not so much about understanding and fathoming anyway. Because how much can we understand? How much can we fathom? It is about my attitude. It's about my attitude towards the Lord. Towards the Lord and all of his things. So based on that attitude, then I have a choice to show different responses. It could be as gross as just turning away, not want to hear, and it could be even more subtler, like I do it because I have to do it, kind of thing. But the auspiciousness would be when I start to feel like, this is huge, this is unfathomable. I just bow down to you. And with that respect, I just hear like that. So it's so much more about the change in the attitude within to the holy name, to all this pure katha, everything. Otherwise, what capability is there to understand? So that's what I was feeling. And now the holy name, such a rescue. Whatever has been said so far, that could be understood in terms of the, serving the holy name. Serving the holy name, Krishna there. Yes, Prabhu. Please continue, Prabhu. Please continue. Thank you.
Ajamila, for example, was extremely sinful, but while dying, he merely chanted the holy name, and although calling his son, he achieved complete liberation because he remembered the name of Narayana. This is also described in the story of Satyatapa in the Varaha Purana. A demon once came to eat a Brahmana who was chanting the holy name in the water. By hearing the holy name from his dying victim, the demon became liberated. The Vedas, Puranas, and other scriptures say that only they who have no good sense like impersonal liberation. Impersonal liberation may vanquish all sufferings, or it may end actions done in ignorance, or it may, by enabling one to renounce the unreal forms made by the illusory potency, give direct perception of the self to the individual spirit soul who is really eternal, full of knowledge and full of bliss, but the happiness it gives is very slight. Srila Sanatana Goswami explains that liberation is described in Srimad Bhagavatam 2.10.6. The proponents of impersonal liberation say that the pure soul is in reality quality-less, solitary, formless, inactive Brahman. Srila Sanatana Goswami explains that they say Brahman has no qualities such as mercy, is alone and does not associate with the great devotees or anyone else, does not have wonderful forms, and does not enjoy any sweet pastimes. It is the personal form of the Lord which is eternal and full of knowledge and bliss, that is, and does all this. By seeing Him, one can experience happiness. The Supreme Person, however, is the ultimate form of Brahman. He is the Super Soul, He is the Supreme Controller, His form is eternal and full of knowledge and bliss. He is an ocean of glory. Srila Sanatana Goswami explains that these statements are confirmed in Bhagavad Gita 10.12 and 14.27 and Srimad Bhagavatam 10.87.1. The presence and absence of qualities, as well as a host of other contradictions, are all present in him. He is famous as the opulent Supreme Person and the Brahman. He is both. Srila Sanatana Goswami explains that as many rivers flow into the ocean, so many contradictory features are present in the Supreme Lord. As the Brahman, he has no qualities and as the super soul and the supreme controller, he has qualities. Another example is that in some scriptures it is said he has no name, and in others his names are given. The Vedic literatures describe this in these words. Because the Supreme Lord's qualities cannot be completely known, it is said he has no name. Because the Supreme Lord's form is not material, it is said he has no form. The Lord has spiritual qualities, but because his qualities are not material, it may be said in one sense that he has no qualities. Hare Krishna Mataji, should we
Thank
pause
you.
here?
Yeah, yes, please. We'll pause here. Thank you so much, dear devotees, for reading. It feels like, Nivritta Tarshay Rupagi Yamana Bhavaushada. Bhavaushada. For us, for me, Bhavaushada. We are in the ocean of moods, but this is like Aushada, medicine. This is so good. So good. Thank you so much for reading. Thank you to you all for giving this Aushada medicine. Thank you. Anything from you, dear devotees?
Hare Krishna Mataji.
Yes.
Agamas is like separate like Puranas Mataji, or is part of Vedas? Or?
All of these are part of Veda means knowledge. The four Vedas, all of these. Puranas and Agamas. Puranas are considered like the fifth Veda, Panchama Veda, Puranas. And Agamas, they are more like a subdivision kind of thing.
Within Veda subdivision, Mataji?
Like Puranas, like how Puranas are little outside of the Veda.
Okay.
Like
Okay. So it is another sub.
Like that, yeah, like Puranas, Agamas.
Okay.
Puranas, Itihasas, Agamas, like that. They're not necessarily, they're not really part of the Vedas.
Vedas, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, Mataji. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. All right, dear devotees. Thank you. It'll be nice. कुछ बोलना आप लोग भी, or each one of you, so we could hear some from you too.
Thank you
Hare
so much,
Krishna.
Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Yes, one after the other. Please say something. Yeah.
Mataji,
Go ahead.
thank you.
Let's go with the alphabet. A, B, C, D, F, G, H, I, J. J comes first.
Yeah,
Just
Jyotsna Mataji, please go ahead. Yeah.
Sakinamat, you had started. Please go ahead. Please go ahead. You were saying something, right?
No, actually, when I'm seeing you all, like how fortunate you all are coming every day together, and personal association maybe. So I'm thinking like, okay, can you all come when Guru Maharaj coming here? Is that possible, Mataji?
Whatever Guru Maharaj says, then it will happen. Mataji. If that's what Guru Maharaj desires, it will be whatever he says.
I want to see all together. So.
Yeah, at least we have Zoom. We are getting together here. Yes, Mataji. It's nice. It's nice. Sorry. Jyotsna Mataji, you want to say something?
Yeah, Hare Krishna Mataji. Pranams.
Pranam.
Pranams to all the devotees. I liked it a lot, Mataji, the way you said that how we feel disconnected, which we have not tasted. So what do we do? What should be our response? That we can go mechanical, we can just not do it, not choose not to do it, or we can just bow down, understanding our situation. And so the third option is the only option I have, actually. So, but it's a good option to remember, because when this happens, sometimes we don't remember it. So thank you for sharing that, Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Mataji. Thank you. And there is no end for this anyway. Itna sara hai samudra. The only way of getting through this is bow down, and bow down, and bow down, and bow down. Yeah. Yeah. Actually, that's the way to go. नहीं तो क्या कर सकते हैं? Something. It's not the matter of this bhakti is not so much about understanding and knowing anyway. अगर है तो by this time we kind of know the fundamentals. It's so much about how am I treating Krishna? Really, the fundamental thing. Yes, Mataji. Thank you. And Jagannivasini Mataji, Nitai Gunmani Prabhu, do you want to say something too?
Hare Krishna, Mataji.
Yes, Mataji.
Thank you so much, Mataji. Every day I'm attending this class and hearing some katha. Thank you, Mataji.
Thank you. Thank you.
Hare Krishna, Mataji.
Hare Krishna. Pranams,
Prabhu. Thank you, Mataji. I'm hearing the katha after a very long time, so I'm just trying to grasp where we are and things like that. Thank you.
Yeah. Yes. We are still with Gop Kumara. Yeah, we are going with him. It's still the same thing. Story. Yes, thank you, Prabhu.
Yep. Hare Krishna. Yes.
Hare Krishna. Okay, dear devotees. Thank you all so much. So, Vanchakalpatarubhyascha kripa sindhubheva cha patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo
Namo Namah.
Vaishnava Bhakta ki jai, Shri Prabhupada ki jai, Samved Bhakta Vrinda ki jai.